What's up, guys? Stefan coming to you live, which is still recorded. I always fucking hate doing that. It's, gosh dang it. Either way, episode 6, April 29th, going into the 30th. It's getting on that late night. Got my best boy, the great Xander Kayali. My main man. Hey. An electrician, I know. A guy that's a good friend. He knows how to do some things with his hands.
Justin Walker, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially the ladies.
Ladies.
And here's these. We got so much stuff that I want to talk to you guys about right now. There's tons of topics. We're going to go into a few things. First things first. Xander, welcome back to Civilization.
Yes.
Went out into nature. Don't you fucking steal my phone. Coming back into nature.
Didn't touch that.
Stop it.
Okay.
Jeez.
Back to Civilization.
This guy's on the margaritas right now. And so what'd you find when you went into the wilderness? Did you face east? Did you see God? Did you
saw some wildlife? Saw every animal pretty much except for the animal that I was hoping to see.
Every animal?
Not every animal, but the ungulates that live in the Rockies, other than the ungulate that I was trying to hunt. We'll say that. Saw some mule deer and saw a couple moose, and I have an elk tag, and I was looking for elk. There was almost no sign of elk.
Quick question.
There was a lot of wildlife, though.
There was wildlife. It was fun. It was camping. I got to relax and chill in nature. It's always good to kind of reset and get away from civilization. Try to forget your life stresses and just enjoy nature.
Oh God, it's the best.
Yeah.
My quick question was, since you saw other animals that you might have tags for, did you get any maybe knowledge of where they might be going, or where you would want to look at again when you go back?
I definitely found out that I do want to put in for the draw for the unit for deer tags for next year.
So you got the secret spot for deer.
Yeah, this is a good.
We're gonna get
this is a good unit for deer. We saw 5 deer. You want to pay me? I'll give you some venison. If I get elk this year, you're getting some elk. If I get deer, you're getting some deer.
Damn.
You're gonna get to try this. If I get antelope,
we should make that an episode.
The difference again, venison and the elk. I always think the elk is a venison. Is that correct?
Don't ask me that.
No,
I don't know.
They're animals that taste delicious. That's what we know.
I don't know if venison necessarily.
Do we have the capabilities to share for the viewers to Google?
Yeah, I'll look it up first, and then.
And as far as the elk goes,
definition.
So the elk are rutting now, and as far as Estes Park, pretty soon. The place is crawling with elk. It's amazing. It's the most beautiful sight. Go there if you haven't been. There's hundreds of elk. I don't know that you can actually kill them.
Okay, venison is just meat from a deer. Venison means meat.
You're probably an elk as well.
Okay,
elk is different species technically.
Yeah, elk is different.
Deer and elk being different.
Elk is not venison.
Wow, just sound like a bunch of clips right now. The first 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Anywho,
at least we got to define venison.
Well, not everyone knows. I
didn't know
and
that.
Deer
either.
being different, obviously, than elk.
And the elk will be running soon, which is an amazing sight.
And that's actually when hunting season is. I mean, right now it's not quite there yet. In about 3 weeks, they'll be in heat. They'll be in their rut. And that's when they're
everywhere.
They're crazy. They're really active. They're it's just like a bull with a big old pack of his cows. It's the alpha bull, and then they're just fighting. They're either fighting or fucking, and that's how you are successful at hunting them, because you have a call, and then you just put out your little cow call. And then they're oh, and what that really means is oh, I want some dick. And they're oh, I got some dick for you, baby. And then they come storming at you, and then they're just
what they're but
so that's how it goes. Or you give them a bugle, you go, and then they're that means that you're trying to fight.
Oh,
so you use a call to act like you are an elk. So you're either acting like a female elk that is trying to mate, or you're acting like a big bull that's trying to fight. I mean, then if they're gay, I guess.
Some
gay elks, some gay bulls getting at it.
And so the elk, I believe
so much going on.
The male has don't they have like a harem? Like they only have 12 or 20 females that they're in charge of.
Oh, they have a herd that So,
I love it, right?
Yeah, each herd, there's like one alpha bull. There's like a bull that is the main bull. Like there's other bulls there, but they're kind of like they're not the alpha.
You guys are looking at me like I'm a bull right now. And I'm just like, hey. Like,
I was actually looking at Xander. For what it's worth.
I was looking down for a moment and I was just like, space. Because it's a topic that I like eating it, but I've never hunted, you know.
So space moose or space elk or space sex, I mean.
I was just spaced out.
Spaced out.
Yeah, for sure. But no, man, that's dope. I'm glad that you got some maybe knowledge of where you want to go for those deer tags.
This weekend, I'm not going to be hunting in the same place.
Nice.
I mean, based on last weekend, it's like a hit or miss. That's like a migration route. So sometimes you'll find a big old herd migrating through there and you'll spot them on the peaks. And then sometimes, like last weekend, you miss and then they're not migrating through there. So there wasn't really a large elk population there at the time. So you really got to luck out and time it out, be in the right place.
And you're going back. It sounds like you're going back.
I'm going to go to a different area. So this place, what's up?
Can you change on the like? So you're out there, blah 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 amount of hours. Can you just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go walk another 10 miles that way?
Yeah. So the way it works is that there's units. There's units of land, and then each tag has certain units that you're allowed to hunt on that tag. So it depends. Like the unit right next to the unit that I was hunting in is not on my tag. So there is a certain border of where I can hunt.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I wasn't really familiar with the lines. I assume just like the county, there's lines you can hunt or fish in this county. So
I'll actually pull up a little map. I'll pull up
Adam Banks was on the Hawks. He became a mighty duck. I got
the counter.
Cortez found
elk.
Well, he did not find
units.
No,
Colorado.
He found America though, and we can thank him for that.
I'm actually
just rode those coattails.
He sure did. He sure did.
He said, "What was his last name? Cortez." Doesn't sound enough.
Drop a couple vowels and enslave a few million.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh no, he didn't.
But he's our savior.
To Columbus, yes.
And
to Cortez, my friend. Because Cortez, Magellan, all the greats.
Oh, gotta love them all. Appreciate every single one. Not making smartphones and fucking laptops and doing science. And
right. Lewis and Clark, right. Like, how far can I
just
go?
Want to look for land?
Right. Imagine the wildlife that you're going to see exploring.
Stick to what's, creative at home, and then venture out with your creations.
So I just pulled up the unit map for Colorado. It's just it's just the border of Colorado with different lines.
Are the people seeing this or the people seeing us?
Yeah, the people can see my screen.
Very nice.
I can see these bow hunting over-the-counter elk tag 2018 units.
Oh.
Yes, and we are going back to us.
So, overall, successful, not successful. Saw some other animals that you have some upcoming ideas where you want to hunt at.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Dope.
It was
ready to go.
I would say it was beneficial.
It was a good walkthrough.
It was not successful.
Did you have any kills confirmed?
I have killed animals, but not in Colorado. I actually have only filled tags in Missouri. The first time I ever hunted was with my old roommate Jack, who grew up in Missouri.
And those were elk.
That was deer. I've never killed an elk.
Confirmed. Okay. Ooh. So uncharted.
And that was with a rifle.
Right.
Right now I'm hunting.
Look at his face.
Oh, it's completely uncharted.
You see how much he got excited with a rifle. There was like I can't wait to pick it up on the video. Like everybody, you saw that smile. He was like, I killed that deer with a rifle.
Oh no, but what I was getting at is that like it's easier with a rifle. Right now, what I'm trying to do is way harder than my experience in Missouri. It was private land that like my buddy's family owned. They had like tree stands. I just sat in the stand.
He was holding the deer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sander went over with a pistol.
I just jumped on the deer's back, choked it out.
Man. So different, right? Okay.
Yeah,
uncharted,
completely different.
Colorado. The bow and arrows, that's an art.
Yeah, bow and arrow. The range is way different. It's like I have to be like 40 yards from my animal with a bow to take a shot. That's a reasonable shot. It's an ethical shot. With a rifle, you could be like 200 yards, 300 yards, and land a shot.
Damn.
So it's way different range.
Very cool. Congratulations on your first trip. Best wishes on the next. I think that bow hunting is the coolest thing in the world. Like, I really
super tough. I mean, I did it last year, just unsuccessfully. I did bow hunting last year. We saw some elk.
Right. I asked if you had sidearm. I asked it because that's my understanding is that you take a weapon,
especially because there's black bears in the woods. That's really the only, and mountain lions, but mainly black bears.
Oh yeah, just fucking. Just normal shit, just, you know.
If it's brown
off the cuff. It's on you fucking pretentious.
And the moose. Let's talk about the moose because I love moose.
Yeah, we saw one small male moose that was really far away when we were just glassing, looking for elk, just glassing up peaks and stuff. It was actually by a little aspen grove. We saw this small male moose. And then when we were leaving, just like going back home, right off the road, there was like this big ass female,
massive,
moose,
right,
huge moose eating and just like feeding.
Incredible sight, right?
It was awesome. It was really cool. Yeah.
When you say we, you guys are going with Grant, right?
I was with Grant this weekend.
How was his first time?
It was good. He did good. He's actually like really good at glassing up animals. Like he's like a lot of hunting. You're just standing on peaks, like.
Searching.
With binoculars, just looking at hills, trying to spot animals, and then you hopefully spot an animal that fits your tag requirements. That's what you're allowed to hunt, and then you would start planning your approach on how you're gonna make your move or whatever, get close. But Grant was actually like really good at spotting animals with binoculars, so that was good. He spotted the moose, he spotted multiple deer.
That's awesome,
So it's like.
Great.
My vision's not that good, so it's nice to like have different strengths and weaknesses and utilize them.
Yeah.
Have a little party, have a little team. It's like it's better to have more eyes on the mountain than just my shitty eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you want to give the people some news?
Yes. I was like, wait, do I have breaking news? I was confused.
He was like, what?
Oh, the news, yes.
He was like, oh, that's what we're doing today.
By the way.
Oh, jeez. So, guys,
Trump has an official.
No, please. He's going to get away with everything. Anywho, air pollution making you dumber. You dingus. As people that live in Colorado, I think one of the hugest things that I see every single day when I'm driving on I-25, ozone alert, and just overall emissions and yada yada yada. And there was a study just done in China,
and CNN has it here on their website.
Yeah, that like
air pollution is making us dumber. Study shows.
Yeah, basically the day-to-days that are going on in China due to their manufacturing. Thank you. And overall construction of making more stuff,
exporting all these goods.
Yeah, everything.
Creation.
It's making them done, and they're right now probably the leaders in being smart. We can't have those bastards going down. We're fucked.
And so Denver has a horrible reputation as well for pollution. I mean, one of the worst, of course.
And so I would say New York and California definitely probably like the ones and twos.
Oh yeah, well of course, yeah.
But I wouldn't say Denver's too far behind. I would say like the roads and stuff are cleaned, but I don't think like the overall aspect of how people are dependent on their cars. There's not a lot of use of public transit out here as much as I would think there should be.
Absolutely. And since day one, like a passion. Honestly, like this, the public transportation is an issue that has been overlooked for how long? And where do we start?
And you're a native, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
so, has it been? I mean, why hasn't nobody been like, hey, we should do this? Was there just not enough money, do you think? Was there just not enough people behind it? People just want to drive their trucks and their cars?
I do not think that's the case at all, because honestly, I think Denver is extremely progressive. The civil engineering in this town is amazing, 100% amazing. We have a brilliant layout, brilliant engineering. They've worked on the light rail. We've worked on the heavy rail now out to DIA, Denver International. The RTD bus route's been great for as long as it can. The problem is that there's no innovation. There's no innovation. We really need it. That's where these new ideas. Elon Musk, the hybrid cars.
He said our whole name.
Public transportation. These are the things that need to be done.
Me and Xander are big on.
I mean, and this is the direction we're going. Is just a matter of patience, because
that's what I was saying last time we recorded. It's like there's every university's environmental engineering program is doing studies to clean up the earth and make regenerative energy. What do you call that? Sustainable energy. Yeah.
For transit, or just in general, period.
Or just like windmills.
It's a slow growth. It's a slow growth, and there's always the corporate. There's always the corporate pig that's in charge, and that's the reality. It really is. I mean,
so what do we do?
It's a slow fight. All you can do is just.
Do we just?
It's a personal battle. It's a one man. It's carpooling, riding your bike. Even the way you live, this is the only impact you can make because essentially the streets that we drive on are going to be solar powered. The lights that light up are going to be solar powered. Our refrigerators are going to be underground. And essentially our starships, our vehicles are going to drive off our thoughts. So that's the direction we're going. That's the direction we'll get. The matter of time we have until we get there, and the pollution and the crowds. Until that time is, that's where we are.
Did you say starships off our thoughts?
Off our thoughts. I did, and this is a this.
I want freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on there. What are you talking about over there? Jeez.
I'm talking about operating a vehicle, operating your own intergalactic.
With your brain?
Right, with your thoughts.
This guy's going with us the whole time. He's not going to bed. I'm
That's what I was thinking earlier.
You are not going to leave. You're not leaving. You're not leaving right now. You are not leaving this couch until we're done. Anywho, so swinging back to it, air pollution, it's getting us dumber. Is it something that's like, duh? Or is it, oh shit, now we got to pivot and really think about what's going on? That's the other thing.
I mean, I'm not going to stop driving to school and driving to work. Yeah. I would say...
Are you?
No, I can't. I cannot help it. I think about it every day.
Yeah, it's like I have to throw my trash out somewhere. I have to
the recycling is big for me. The best you can for starters.
Does Elon just make a mass production of Teslas for $12,000 and we have a bunch of recharging battery stations?
They say 95% of cars, a car's lifetime, it's just sitting. So they're eventually it'll be everyone doesn't own cars. Everyone just has automated cars come pick them up and give them rides. So there's way less cars in circulation. There's way less cars on the road.
I don't believe.
Well, that's the whole idea, and we're definitely.
Okay, so we're talking about people.
Cars never go away, but they will. They will eventually. They will become a thing of the past.
Well, it's more like what I'm saying is just everyone's not going to own a car. I wouldn't own a car. It would be more like
audio cassettes. It's the same idea. Vehicles will be the same thing in the future, and you're going to have your classics. You're going to have your clutch. You're going to have your drivers, but. The idea of public transportation will change. Things will change. Technology will catch on. People will still have vehicles. They will be a lot different. Transportation will be different. It's just a matter of time. I mean, right now we're in the very absolute worst of it. I-70 is a nightmare. I cannot tell you I-70 through Denver, 270, this I-20. This business, California's been dealing with it for years. I mean, I know there's a whole other on the East Coast, but...
I think the United States is too deep into ties with Saudi and Middle Eastern oil.
Is it going to happen in our lifetime? Is it going to
Probably not. Well, that's my concern.
Of course not. I mean,
everything that you're saying is a great idea.
Will it happen?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, in our lifetime, probably not. I would agree with that. Will it happen?
I think.
How would it not? How could it not?
Within our lifetimes,
I think we're going to have an interstellar situation, or it's kind of like
there's already
it's like ending. It's ending. Like it's not. It's going to be Waterworld, or we're going to be like or the Earth is just going to massively crack open, and we're going to just fall in, and then like we're just going to be a planet with a big old crack and it just
Pfizer, Yellowstone. We have Yellowstone here to talk about. And I just recently got stepped out into nature like this guy did. I took a humongous trip a month ago, the best trip of my life, and there was from what we discovered on our trip, there was a crack in the Earth in Yellowstone. Which I guess that's no news anymore.
It's done though.
We're
not going to see.
We'll off it. Why not? And it hasn't happened yet. It could happen at any second.
We're not going to get to see any of the things that you were.
We're not. We're not.
No, as a human, we are not.
Yes, the human race does have that option.
I don't.
It does. It does. In your children's lifetime.
It's not about Yellowstone. I just think the Earth is dying. It's going to die before we get to do anything.
No,
positive. I hope that
how much can we clean up the pollution?
Listen, I hope Elon Musk figures out 2 seconds Hail Mary, and then we have a completely different change. I know it put a lot of pressure on Elon after we're talking about that he needs a vacation, but
I think about trash and dealing with our trash.
Send it to the fucking sun.
We're sure. Why not?
In reality,
what do you think that would do? That'd be bad.
Little thing called gravity. There's that.
I mean, we already have like a bunch of satellites, just like a bunch of junk, just orbiting the Earth. It's like I don't know. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, there's
a bunch of junk.
Talk about trash, right? And all these.
It's like we shouldn't just send more trash into orbit or something.
I feel like we should do the math equation to send it to fucking Mercury's
Just send it around Mars.
Nope. Like to fucking just like.
Dude, they say the reason that we don't do stuff like that is because we don't want to bring our germs to start life on another planet, to start organisms on another planet.
Let's start the
what if we got a bunch of tissues and just launched them into Mars' surface?
Well, single cell you're talking about, single cellular.
It's that's
it's
still
all it takes,
life.
right? I mean, one tissue, right?
It's we don't want to taint that timeline.
Earth better? Yes, I do.
Well, and could a human survive? I don't.
I'm a lover of Mother Earth, not anything else.
Mother Earth is a mess. We're a mess. It's a mess, and it's.
Have you seen Mars?
In reality, I think in 10 years there will be more electric cars on the road than petrol cars. Let's be realistic. I don't think.
Oh yeah, but that's nothing. It's not going to help out the pollution factors. It's not going to help out the major issues.
That's true.
It's deeper. It's going to take more time. I mean, where do we start? Absolutely. I mean, what about Back to the Future? We're running on our trash. I mean,
I would love that.
What a brilliant idea. I mean, right?
Flux capacitor all the way.
What a brilliant idea.
Let's do it.
I mean,
well, instead of doing the DeLorean, it's the 2017 Hyundai Elantra. I already got one. Let's do it.
The big flies. Yep, it has flies.
This is what air pollution is doing to us in America.
Well, and it does dumb us down, and then it absolutely does dumb down the population, 100%. And where do you start? It's a personal level. There's these things are going to take time.
That's why you, the folks, got to get out there, vote. I guess I don't know how to fucking fix it, but
I mean,
put your fucking plastic in a blue container or something.
Please, that's all you can do. Please.
No,
don't leave your car running when you go into the gas station.
Ride with your friend. Ride your bike.
You bastards. No, I'm just
I have faith in science. I think we'll come up.
But not in mankind. Oh wait,
come up with something.
Do I have faith in mankind? Is that what it requires? Is faith in mankind? Because do you have faith in your fellow brother is going to take whatever steps that he can, she can to lessen your footprint? Please, that's all you can do.
I hope it gets figured out.
A couple of plants. Do you have any plants? Well, a couple kids, but I mean, does that count?
They might get plants.
They might get plants.
I don't know. Well, moving on from freaking air pollution, I want to talk about a crazy story. We were talking about hunting before. Justin, when we were doing the pre-show, what does Xander use to do his hunting? Xander let him know that it was bows. He's like, hey, do you carry sidearm on you just in case something gets squirrely? And he was like, I can, yeah, this, that, and the other thing. And it was kind of funny that Justin was actually like bringing it up, because one of the topics that we want to talk today about is a guy, when you can, guys, look him up. Todd Orr was attacked by bears on a couple occasions, and he lived through it. And to me, that's just astonishing. Like, I can't even think.
Oh my gosh. Time.com. People can see this. But it's a picture of his face after he got ripped up.
Yeah. Dude got mashed pretty hard. Let me show you where he lived. Yeah, let me show you what he was looking like here. Really quick. You don't have to turn it on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. Woo!
Getting annihilated.
Wow, well, and this is this guy's passion. I mean, he deserved this.
I don't think anybody deserves
Come on, man.
Well, he's chasing bears down. I mean, what do you expect to happen?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't specifically chasing bears. I think he was just out and about doing his thing.
And he's alive. I mean, so how can I?
I like to hunt too. You're saying that I deserve that? What are you trying to say?
Gee.
I thought this was. I thought this was the bear enthusiast that got mauled. So.
No. Yeah, he's. I mean, he knows that they're out there. He knows that they're out there, but I don't think he was like, "Hey, come eat my face."
Ugh.
I don't think he was like,
Man, that's rough.
But
That's rough.
just like a crazy. I don't know what I would do. I would hope that I would be by my car, because I know that if I'm like out in the woods, like there's no way, like I'm gonna outrun a bear.
I thought about that. I would probably jump in my car.
Jump in my car.
My campsite right next to my car.
Jump in my car, and then hope that he's not getting on it or busting.
Well, you learn a few things about bears. You get educated on bears themselves. The number one weapon, honestly, you can have is bear mace. Bear mace is an amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, that's all you need. It's going to do so many things for you. I mean, no, genuinely, it's the best. It's better than a gun. You don't hurt the animal. They can't harm you. Bear mace is amazing. You get 2 bottles at Costco. Well, if you're a Costco member,
I would say
2 bottles at Costco.
I don't know if it's 100% work rate though. If a bear is hungry and it's in attack mode,
so you get educated. So there's things that that's what I'm saying. There's bear mace is just a small bit of the information. There's so much to get educated on bears before you step out in the wilderness and you go out. You don't want to make loud noises. Same as a shark. I did watch the Meg. I think you guys talked about this.
The Megalodon.
The Megalodon, of course. Which is a whole easy topic for me. I love it. I love this stuff. Right. But you don't want to excite the bear. You essentially talk to him.
Yeah.
Like you're saying. If you talk to a bear, and just like this, then he's not going to mind you as much. But once you start to create a little bit of energy, enthusiasm, that's what attracts them.
So a bear would eat you.
It certainly depends too, because like if it's a mom, like a sow with cubs, a mom with her cubs, she might be more aggressive.
Of course.
If she feels like her cubs are threatened, as opposed to like a male bear that's just on his own scavenging, and then he might just be more like inquisitive, or like he's like wondering like, oh,
what is this?
Is this food? Should I eat this, or is this something that could hurt me?
There's Pooh Bear, so there's lots of different kind of bears out there.
Man, I'm thinking like I'm shitting my pants, because if I'm out there not near my car, or if I don't have a weapon on me, I'm Leo in that movie and not living to tell about it.
Bear spray.
Yeah, bear spray. That's her. Get educated. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. That's another tidbit for you.
What?
Yeah, so absolutely. A black bear,
just act dead.
No. Well, if it's a brown bear, you want to lay down, because if it becomes a threat, because you're safer than standing up or trying to battle, whatever. You want to actually lay on your stomach and cover your head, because they actually kind of like they're more aggressive to the head area if they're coming at you. So and if they attack your ribs, then you can live, and as opposed to a head wound from a brown bear, or a grizzly rather.
Yeah.
But if it's black bear, you want to fight back, scare it, act big. You don't want to do that with the brown bear, because automatically it's just going to terrorize you. A black bear, I can punch the nose, I can uppercut. I'm being
Are you out of your fucking mind? No.
Black bears are
You are out of your fucking mind.
Black bears are smaller and less aggressive than grizzly bears.
Listen, Google can say whatever the fuck it wants to say.
What I want to look up right now is I want to educate the people on what the difference is between a brown bear and a grizzly bear, because one is coastal and one is inland.
Dude.
Well, not entirely coastal.
Listen. No. Not doing it. This guy's getting beverages in the middle of this. Jesus.
I'm just saying, if it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back.
Gotcha.
Once you go black, you never go back. Grizzlies are brown bears, but not all brown bears are grizzlies. The grizzly is a North American subspecies of brown bear with the Latin name Ursus actos horribilis.
I feel educated, but I also want to talk about the flop of the joke that you did before giving that awesome sentence, because you were like looked into the camera and was like, dun, dun, dun. And
I wasn't.
It was definitely like a
once you go black, you never go back. Jeez,
bub.
Is he out?
I don't think he's out. He's going to get a freaking cocktail.
I kind of need some water too. I'm just.
Yeah. Just, are you done?
Those water.
Grab a drink real quick.
No, this guy's going to
taking a short intermission. I'll be right back.
This guy's going to the bathroom for sure. Jeez, but I guess to talk about it again, you know,
I do apologize. This is my first time on.
Todd or just living that life, man.
I should have offered you a drink.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So I do apologize. My first time on.
Man, and he was mauled by it twice in the same day.
I mean, did he not learn from the first one? Did he not leave? Like,
I don't think it was about not leaving. I think it was just kind of like trying to finish the kill. You know what I mean?
Oh, it.
Yeah. Like he got away. Like he got messed up, and then like miraculously lived through that, and then tried to get away. And didn't get away fully, and then finally did get away.
I think it's amazing he lived. He was
yeah, that's crazy. He lived after the second attack.
That's what I'm saying.
So there was a psych throw around. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with it or not, but called Backcountry. It's an aggressive black bear. A man and his girlfriend. He's taken into the wilderness, away from cell phone signal. He wants to propose to her. They're being tracked by a black bear. They lose cell signal. He proposes engagement to her, and this entire time they're being tracked by an aggressive black bear that watches them camp wherever they go. It's aggressive. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, if you've heard about it, but check it out. So black bears can be aggressive. They're no less of a...
This one was just fucking talking about Conor McGregor and a fucking black bear. And then he was like, but really quick, guys, there's this movie, and they could be fucking aggressive.
Right.
But you know what? If you get 2 pieces of the biscuit, do it. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
But,
listen,
you gotta fight a chance.
This dude's sprawling with the bear over here, you fucking fucking motherfucker. What the fuck, both of you? Listen, if you guys try to fight a bear,
I'm not trying to fight.
It's gonna fucking eat both of you. Alright?
I've heard act dead.
That's fine. Well, if you go with his mantra, you're both fucking dead. I'll fucking sit on the outsides in like a tall, like 50-foot tree stump.
With a 30-06 in the scope.
Bro, and I would love to see you guys just fucking square up with some bears in the wilderness. It's not happening. You're dead. I'm saying it. You're dead. I'm glad that you're agreeing.
Yeah, I'm not fighting a bear.
But
I'm not going out of my way.
There was a twinkle in your eye that you were like, I could fucking sprawl with a bear, you sick fuck.
This is why you want that hide.
I'm good.
This is why you want that hide, and this is why you take the bow, because it's the most essential sport. Essentially, it would be like hunting a bear, hunting a lion, or a tiger. You know.
I'm good.
I would hunt bear eventually, just not yet.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not yet.
I'm good.
Well, that's essentially to me. That's topping out. You're hunting a freaking bear, and you know if you've seen Legends of the Fall. He goes out by a brown bear. This guy, what is it, Brad Pitt? You guys have seen him, right? Legends of the Fall, great flick. He dies by going in.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 20 years old.
I've never seen it.
Oh, well.
Brad Pitt.
Yes.
What's in the box?
So, yes.
Brad Pitt dead.
Tristan.
Bear movie.
Tristan, yes. I don't know if you've seen it either, but an amazing movie. He dies by the hand of a grizzly bear. He's got the soul, I'd say of a bear, of a lion, but that's how he goes out. And his life, transcends that. That's how he lives his life, and that's how he dies. So, pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm still astonished that you want to fight a bear.
I said I want to die by a bear. I think not fight.
That would be a glorious death.
A glorious death. Exactly.
No way. Anywho,
it's at least you're giving back to nature.
Yeah.
It's like
after being like
I want my body to feed something if I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
All right. It's like I'm out here trying to kill animals.
Moose.
I want you to say that to my kids when I fucking get eaten by a bear. I want you to say that. Your dad gave back to the universe.
That's a beautiful way to look at it.
No fucking way. What are you
way to look at it?
I gotta go to the next one. I'm getting aggravated.
Pictures out in black and white.
Dude, no.
Once you're out in the woods, you just feel like you're like, wow, I'm part of these woods. Like
that's fine, but I feel part of also coming back.
Yeah,
to the
you
woods.
feel like surviving, coming back to life.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's move on. Talk about Papa John's.
Hey, are you a fan of Papa John's?
I actually prefer Papa Murphy myself.
Ooh, I like a little taken.
I am a fan of
white sauce.
Peyton Manning, of course. By the way, I did see him. He passed directly by him on Sunday at my church. He walked right by me. He goes to the same church as I do. Tall individual, good looking. He's got a good arm.
Just to say. So there are a few TDs in his life.
So Papa John's, there's a whole thing there, but I'm not a big fan of food personally.
You're not a big fan of food or
Papa John's food?
Oh, okay, all right. Now, what about you? What is your go-to? Yeah, I mean, like if
I'm not a huge pizza guy personally.
If you're gonna have a pizza,
I like what Justin was saying. I like Papa Murphy's. I like their veggie pizza with like white sauce. I don't know, thin crust.
A little more gourmet.
Yeah,
I'm not like that big on red sauce pizza. I don't know.
Papa John's in and out. Like
you're a white sauce kind of guy.
I like authentic, Big Bill's. Like if I'm gonna
Grandma style Sicilian, I got you.
I mean, you haven't had Big Bill's, have you? No. Okay, that's like New York style. That dude is from Long Island as well.
Yeah, Marquee Pizzas and Kick-Ass New York Slice or Mori Pizza, I should say.
Benny Blanco's on 13th.
20th and Market.
Benny Blanco's is good 13th.
One more time?
Benny Blanco's, I think it's called 13th in Washington, right behind the...
That sounds like Mexican.
Argonaut. It's an amazing little New York...
shout out to Argonaut. Shout out to Argonaut.
Yeah.
Big old liquor superstore in downtown Denver.
Just right off Colfax, indeed. But, I mean, what was the...
So Papa John...
What was the deal with Papa John?
Yeah, so Papa John has been forced out as CEO. The reason why he was forced out was he was taking certain stands with the NFL about the players kneeling, and he thought that was good, and then there was kind of backlash, obviously, from two parties on that. Then...
Papa John likes to dabble in the NFL, as we know from Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and so he got out of the NFL, got highly criticized for taking a stance against the players doing protests against the anthem. Well, not against the anthem, excuse me, doing their protests during the anthem, excuse me. I'm going to word that, make sure.
The kneeling.
The kneeling and any fist raising or any of that stuff. And so after he did that, he also went on a conference call and then decided to justify his actions. And he said, hey, Colonel Sanders for KFC said N. And when I say N, we all know what word we're talking about with a hard R at the end of it, on a conference call with investors, corporate retail managers, district managers, like essentially thinking any CEO basically going on and just dropping the N-word like Ron Burgundy and thinking nothing was wrong with it. Then gets finally saying like, hey, you either have to step down or we're making you step down. He stepped
This was CEO, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Papa John, the guy.
So he's the man, right? that you step down, you give up your business,
and you know,
or you pass it on to.
We'll give you your stock, and you can cash out your stock.
Give who the stock?
Like, Papa John liquidates his part of the company and gets money. His money's worth, and he's out.
And
they change the name.
And then they just make it a full corporation, and then whoever runs it, and it's no longer essentially Papa John running it. It's Papa John.
I mean, it doesn't sound like the best deal, the worst deal for him.
It wasn't the worst deal for him, but now he wrote...
Now he's on blast.
Now he wrote, I think he said 800 pages, 800 word response on the whole scenario, and he still thinks there's nothing wrong with what went down. And I'm just like, dog, like, in my business with...
He's a Denver base, is he not? Is that...
I don't know.
I feel like, for some reason, I just heard this.
I hope y'all don't claim him.
I think he's a Denver base. So.
I think you're right.
I hope please don't claim that man.
Well, I just recently heard a little bit about this, so I'm pretty sure he's from here.
And
he has no rights. Will he get royalties from Papa John? Will Papa John be no more?
Well, I think Papa John's going to be no more just due to the fact that they have so much damage control. I mean, like Uber's has been doing damage control on their business. There's been so much about their stuff with, hiring unexperienced drivers, guys that have criminal backgrounds, people like girls are getting raped here and another.
I'm an Uber driver.
And I think companies like that.
But you're a great guy. You know what I mean? You're not going around raping chicks and. All this and that. I mean, story for a different company, but AT&T and Verizon CEO, those guys are a bunch of clones. You know what I mean? Comcast, they're
what?
I'm talking about like all these guys are just screwing up and saying stuff that is just wonk, and then they expect to keep their customer base, and it's not going to happen.
So AT&T and Verizon are messing up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like Verizon is invested into two 1990 companies, and AOL and Yahoo. I mean, they've just wasted ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, it probably would in essence get them content, but I don't know what content you'd want from AOL and Yahoo.
At what point can these corporate heads just do what they want, do whatever they like, and they're still entitled to their fortune? When do they lose that fortune?
Well, I think when you're saying the N-word on a conference call, I think that's got to get you out.
You would think. And
it happened. I mean, it is what it is. Starbucks, right? So here's another.
Lose it.
No, he's not going to lose it. He's getting all that money. He's cashing out his stock.
He's cashing out.
Yeah, he's cashing out.
Because he has an option. So he could.
Well, it's past the option at this point. I mean, he's already done.
He's going to get booted.
He's booted. He's already booted. Let's get that straight.
Well, I thought he resigned.
They were kicking you out of your own company.
Booted. He resigned, or he was going to get booted by council.
And who cares? Okay, so Papa John's in 10 years, do I give a damn? Personally, no. I don't give a damn right now.
Dude's going to be rolling around.
With that kind of attitude, I don't give a damn if Papa John's is gone next week. So the rest of the population shouldn't care either.
But do you think it's
Papa John's?
Well, it's not about that. About not buying Papa John's. It's about questioning, I guess, character.
You can't compare to Verizon and Comcast. They're entirely different beasts.
Well, no, they're doing stupid stuff that are not caring for the customer either. On the aspects of they're wasting your money, they're charging overinflated prices.
But they're all using Papa John's. I mean,
no, yeah, absolutely, because they're not going as drastic and saying the N-word. But I'm just saying, like, they've done their own stuff. Sure. Starbucks, another story. So the CEO had to come out and just be like, "I'm sorry that I was terrible toward, or at least a few of my retail stores were terrible towards, people of, the people that are black or Latin or anything like that. Anything that could have been gone squirrely on an aspect of human interaction that's gone wrong in my business. Yeah, my bad." And which was an also perceived notion of just being like, hey, like you don't want people, hanging around this, that, or the other thing. He's, taking his stance against stuff. I guess my thing is when does corporations get you're done, or are they allowed to just be like, I'm sorry, usher away some people?
Well, Roseanne Barr, another great topic. People are people. They're gonna think what they think. They're gonna say what they're gonna say.
But Roseanne Barr is not.
She is a corporation, though. Yes, she's Roseanne Barr. She's running for president. She's a corporation. The same as Papa John's Papa John. Do people buy Papa John?
A comedian?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. I mean, there's what lines do we have in camp? And yes, absolutely. So, Papa John, where do you draw lines, and where do you lose your fortune?
Yeah, I guess it's just overall not knowing about the goods that you're purchasing and the people that run these businesses. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And I think that it's absolute bullshit that he thinks it's okay of his actions and what he said. To make a 800-word reply to scathe the people that helped build and run his business is not a way to be a good way of going fucking out. That's absolute dog shit. And like you should have a real like self-check, self-awareness to fucking not do something that shitty.
He's probably lost touch with reality at this point. Like if he seriously is justifying
he's got to be shooting uppers like in a bathroom somewhere. Like I better find something out. Like
shooting uppers.
You know what I mean? Like,
dude, when you got that much money, I'm sure he's lost touch.
Oh yeah, completely lost touch.
It's
absolutely
fine. Well, we're not saying not buy Papa John by any means.
He's done.
He's done, but I think it's absolute bullshit that he thinks it's okay for what he said.
I've been discussing with Papa John's for a while.
Alright, so Papa John's, we are challenging you to fight Stefan.
Bro, I would fucking destroy Papa John.
Obviously.
Like jiu-jitsu style? Or?
MMA.
Yeah, MMA. I would tie one hand behind my back and fucking kill him. And I feel very confident saying
You would mushroom slap Papa John with that.
I would tie one hand behind my... Papa John could have 3 months of training. Sure, he can even have longer. He can do whatever. He can have the Conor McGregor amount of training that he did against Floyd Mayweather. I would fucking destroy Papa John.
Yeah,
I would murk that old man.
Yes.
But anywho, people saying stupid shit besides that. Fucking Kanye West.
Oh, speaking of that. Logan Paul versus KSI.
Those fucking jabronis.
Dude, but they did this whole pay-per-view thing. You're out, so?
Yes, sir.
You gotta leave.
Alright, our boy Justin has to wake up real early tomorrow, so he is signing out.
Dang.
Nice and early. Love you guys. Thanks for having me, boys.
Yes.
Be good, bud. It was a pleasure having you.
Yes.
Right on, guys.
Bro.
Thank you.
Enjoy this again.
I appreciate you, fellas.
Coming on soon.
So you're going back to these jabronis, KSI.
So those two clowns had
a boxing match,
and they are the second biggest fight under Conor versus Floyd in views.
Shut the fuck up right now. I'm sorry for cursing, everybody. I've been cursing lots, and I'm just really angry. You're lying right now.
I'm so serious.
He's so serious.
So much money. They
how much
promoted this?
How much?
There's more views than TJ Cody. There's more buys. There's more pay-per-view buys for this fight than TJ Cody.
Okay, now here's the quick question: is that just like young teen girls, like Beatles, like you know what I mean, or
we'll say KSI versus Logan Paul.
Pay-per-view numbers, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it could be. I don't even want to get to Kanye now, just hearing this stupidity. I want to hear this.
Dude. So how many zeros is that? Sold over 1 million pay-per-views.
Yeah, so how much did Cody did? And Cody and TJ did. That's the second time. Cody and TJ had to do, I think, 1.5 million, 2 million buys.
So, what was that? UFC 228?
227. UFC 227.
Yeah. So that was TJ Cody, Henry Cejudo. Okay, so we'll say...
How many pay-per-view buys were for UFC 227?
Buys. Did it break 1 mil? It doesn't say.
The numbers that came out, that has to say.
I don't know. I guess I don't know where to look necessarily.
Dude, you got me so heated right now. If Logan fucking Paul...
We'll say numbers.
estimated pay-per-view numbers are in. Oh my gosh.
300,000?
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Dude, it's... Okay. It's the second biggest fight.
The first biggest fight can't be Conor Mayweather. I feel like there was more pay-per-view buys for Pacquiao. What?
Largest combat sports event.
Pay-per-view buys. That's just... We're going. Largest combat sports pay-per-view buys. The 50 best-selling pay-per-view fights. Here we go. Bang, bang, ski, ski.
Boxing, UFC, wrestling.
This weekend, UFC got
GSP, number 34.
4 with Nick Diaz, 950. I remember even paying for that fight. That was a great fight. It wasn't really that great. It was actually kind of boring.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Alright. Oh, 2 is Floyd versus Conor. 4.3 million
The next one
pay-per-view
was
buys.
Pacquiao. Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd Pacquiao is
Okay.
number 1, 4.6 million.
So let's talk about this. This list has to get fucking updated, and it's going to have a Logan fucking Paul
above GSP versus Nate Diaz.
That is.
Diaz, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so mad.
These YouTubers.
That makes me really mad. And I'm not trying to be like a guy that's like a purist, because I'm obviously not. But
I mean,
that
shows that they,
I will fight you for in front of them.
It's like they promoted it really well. They're so famous that they have the draw. Like, they're huge draws.
Yeah.
It's like, is the UFC signing Logan Paul next because he's a huge draw?
If the UFC signs Logan Paul,
Dog.
If the UFC signs Logan Paul,
they thought about it.
If the I can't even get this sentence out because it just is hurting.
They thought about it.
If the UFC signs Logan
They're
Paul,
talking about it right now.
It will go down as the worst signing.
CM Punk, bro.
No, he will be way worse than CM Punk. You are out of your mind. Look at me in my face right now and tell me you want to see Logan Paul in the UFC.
I do not want to see Logan Paul in the UFC.
Okay. Do you think the UFC fans want to see Logan Paul?
No.
You know what? They probably will.
I think the Logan Paul fans want to see Logan Paul.
Dude, let me tell you, you know what?
And they might buy pay-per-views.
Here's what I'll tell you.
They might become UFC fans.
Exactly. Dana would probably do that so that he can bring
a new
MMA
audience.
To women or whatever.
I mean, these are dudes that are YouTube stars, but yeah, they have.
I'm saying they have a lot of female fans.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
When you were watching the weigh-ins, did you hear a lot of dudes like, yeah?
I didn't watch the weigh-ins.
I saw the weigh-ins.
Did you watch the fight?
I did not watch the fight.
Logan Paul just beat the shit out of KSI.
It was a draw. Majority draw for
I
KSI.
heard that the decision was a draw, but I heard that Logan Paul just beat the shit out of KSI.
No.
I want to see it for my own.
Well, we're not going to watch. I'm not going to subject people to.
We're not watching it on this podcast. I'll watch it on my own time.
Yeah.
Watch that.
And Jake Paul won.
Logan Paul.
No, his little brother Jake Paul had a fight, and he won. But he got cut open. He's got the cuts on the cheeks.
And this was a boxing match, by the way, not an MMA fight.
Yeah, I would. That's.
Also, this weekend we had a UFC event, and our local fighter that we've talked about before on this podcast, Corey Sandhagen, won his fight in amazing fashion. He got caught in a little nasty armbar triangle situation thing in the first minute, the first round, but he got his arm popped a little bit, but he weathered the storm and then just smashed that dude. That dude is a black belt, and they say every time you punch a black belt in the head, he loses a belt color. You punch a black belt, he turns into a brown belt. You punch a brown belt, it turns into a purple belt. That's just a little saying. It's like once you start beating them up, it's hard to get your.
I wouldn't have a gi on if I. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man.
Did you see the stop? Because I saw the stop, and there's a lot of supposed
the stoppage where
bullshit that it should have happened. It should have happened sooner. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Supposedly, that ref did not ref any of the other fights after that. He was supposed to, and like they pulled him.
Yeah.
They pulled him from the rest of the card because he blew it. Because they should have. It's okay. We got to see Corey just smash that dude a little bit. I mean,
do you think he feels good about that?
No,
I don't think he feels good about that because
Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted it to get stopped a little earlier, but it's MMA. Like it's the UFC. It's nasty stuff. It's not.
It's for the big
It's not. Yeah, it's not butterflies and rainbows. It's like punching each other in the fucking head. So
yeah,
that's how it goes. It was awesome. It was a really cool performance. Like it was like that first round was like round of the year. And I think they actually both got fight of the night bonuses, whatever those fight bonuses.
or whatever. 50K.
Yeah, so that's awesome for Corey. So that's sweet, man. We got, and he's still on the rise, but he's got a few more fights. His name's getting out there, and maybe we'll see him getting some big fights coming up. Getting those dollars.
Nothing but I always. Much love to any of the guys or gals that are going in the ring, especially when they're your local people.
Yeah, especially when I've rolled with them and stuff, taking their kickboxing classes and shit. That's cool. And
Jesus.
Yeah.
In his corner? Did she?
Yeah, dude. Oh,
why don't you ask for some tickets?
Professor Elliott was in his corner.
Oh yeah.
I'm not traveling around. It's Christian Allen, Professor Elliott Marshall from the Boulder School. Professor Elliott?
Yeah.
From Boulder School? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's his corner. They were hyped up after he won. And then also the main...
Is he going to do you think he's going to coach or corner TJ again?
TJ's not with Elevation Fight Team right now.
He's not going to... Do you think he's going to come back?
No. He's in California.
For good? Because he said he was going to swing back out here.
He still lives here. He's still going to train with Dwayne.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be on Elevation Fight Team.
Gotcha.
So Elliott will not be in his corner. And
anymore.
Christian Allen will not be in his corner. But
TJ bouncing around.
Yep, exactly. Bouncing around.
Like that high school sleazy.
But it's alright, man. Got to do what you got to do to keep that strap. He's a bad man. Like that guy is such high level.
Yeah. Do you think he's pissed that he's not getting to fight DJ now?
I mean, I think he's all he seems to really want to fight Henry Cejudo. He really thinks he's gonna win. So
Cejudo?
I think TJ has more confidence that he's gonna beat Cejudo than he was gonna beat DJ.
Yeah.
So I think like the way that TJ sees it is like he's about to get another belt, and it's an easier fight than it would have been.
Yeah.
For him, maybe. I think so too. I think like TJ's wrestling is pretty high level. It's better than DJ's, and it's going to be. I mean, Henry's is obviously way higher level than TJ's because he was an Olympic gold medalist. But it's going to be tougher to take down TJ Dillashaw than it was to take down Mighty Mouse. I think
because just TJ's so
TJ's just like that fast twitch monster.
Yeah, and then being able to switch the stances there.
And fluently switch, and he's got really good wrestling, college.
I'm still so fucking pissed. 1 million buys? Are you?
Dude, it's good for them. It's good for them because it just shows like that's their entrepreneurial
ways, I guess.
Life. They're making lots of money, man. Like they have an audience and they are able to capture it.
I will fight Logan Paul for $50.
Me too. Well,
and I feel like I would hurt him too.
Yes.
I can confidently say that I would probably take one of Logan Paul's limbs from him, or significantly.
In an MMA fight.
Yeah.
How about a boxing match?
Boxing fight, I feel like I'd still be able to get it.
Okay.
I feel like I haven't taken one class with y'all, but I feel confident. I feel very confident. When I was like younger, like 14, high school, and I'm like swinging no, definitely not. But now, doing what we've done, But if it was an MMA fight,
I mean, yeah, obviously.
I'll tag Logan Paul in this when I put this on Instagram. I feel zero.
Right, Logan, where are you at,
bro? For sure, seriously, I will. If MMA fight,
dude.
MMA fight, Logan, I'm taking your fucking leg. I'm telling you right now. I'll cut weight. You don't even got to go up. What was he weighing at? 170 what? I'll get down to 170. You give me a year to get down to 170, I will fucking... Let's look up this jabroni's weight. Gosh damn it.
I don't know what these
guys million fucking buys. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if we've got a big enough audience to get Logan Paul to fight us.
Dude, I don't give a shit about our audience.
But I will say, I don't think our jiu-jitsu training has helped our boxing skills very much.
No. But it's taught me how to...
Kickboxing.
84.9 kilograms. What is that? 84.9 kilograms. Fucking metric system. Kilogram to pound. 186. 185? 185 MMA fight?
That's me right now.
Dude, yeah, let's do it.
Logan, come to this living room. No. We'll set up these...
Come down to Easton and Denver. Sign a waiver.
We'll set up some cameras. You can bring your boys.
Yeah, bring your boys.
Bring your brother. Bring your brother.
Yeah.
Whip his ass too.
We'll have Dimitri whip fucking Jake Paul's ass.
Dimitri would eat Jake Paul's ass out.
No,
not in a gay way. Yeah.
And not to be against gay people. That sounded shitty.
He would just
Dimitri would destroy Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Dude, no. Fuck that. 185. I would eat kale for 6 months straight and work out every day just to take one of his limbs. That's how confident I am against Logan Paul.
We're moving on. I'm proud of Logan Paul and KSI for getting out there and doing
super fucking proud for them.
I mean,
those fucking jerks choke on rice.
Alright, so our next topic.
Stupid things being said besides me saying Logan Paul should choke on rice.
Exactly.
Kanye fucking West. Musical genius.
I'm a lyrical genius.
I mean, honestly, here's really quick before we get into this. Kanye, probably one of the most influential music people of this lifetime. He says stupid shit, but every time I get an album...
People are going to hate me for this, but I love Kanye West.
I love his music. As a person...
People do not like that.
As a person, he's a unique person. I wouldn't say he's like troubled or he's a piece of shit or da-da-da-da-da. He's unique and he's trying to show the world his point of view. And it may not be good, it may not be right, it may not be whatever. I know you're just like tearing down Papa John. But stuff has happened to Kanye in his life that other people have had stuff happen to them. And other people don't come out good. Mom dying really young in his life, right? He had the car accident when he first was getting onto the rap scene. Almost had his entire life and craft that he was getting ready to go and do almost taken away, and had so much, probably physical, mental damage off that. I mean, he rolled his car, put a plate in his head.
Damn.
Mouth wired shut. That's the whole point of his first album, was talking about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean? But my thing with Kanye is that, again, he feels sometimes that he's justified for some of the public things that he says. And I'm not saying that your voice should be censored whatsoever, because our voices are definitely not censored. Our life, where I hope we get to take this podcast, I would never want to really censor ourselves. Right? We have said some risque shit already, but again, just the people know us, so on and so forth. Anybody that watches or any of this that gets shared, if you've already watched 4 to 5 of these episodes, 6 of these episodes now, you'll get who we are just based on what we're talking. But he says some things where I'm just like, damn it, man. You're making people not like you.
I mean,
and I don't get... I
gotta be bold to get talked about. Like, he does these press tours. He does,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man.
Do you think it's purposeful just for him to get the attention towards the music? I hope it's not. Like, I hope this is not like, his Beatles-esque, Paul is dead when you spin the record backwards.
In his songs is when he says that he thinks that slavery is a choice. It's in his new album that he records that, and then now he gets all this heat, and now he has to explain himself or whatever.
No, he said that publicly.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say it on an album. He said it publicly.
Well, in his new album, he says that.
The one that just came out, the Yee?
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't think so. No, this was he went on a radio. Excuse me.
Dog, I've listened to the album plenty of times. I don't know which song has it, but there's a song.
The contentious remark came during a May interview on TMZ Live as Star was questioned about his support for President Trump, and his response veered toward the concept of freedom. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you were there for 400 years and it's all of you all? Like, we're mentally imprisoned. Like, slavery goes direct to the idea of blacks, West said at the time. So prison is something that unites us as one race. Blacks, whites being one race. We're the human race. That's what he said on TMZ. That's where all this is coming from. It wasn't on the album, I'll tell you that. This was him talking on TMZ when he said all this.
Kanye defends his slavery was a choice comment on new album.
Dude, I just read it from the article. It's right here.
Kanye West updates new album, adds lyrics about slavery. I don't know. I've heard it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's in a song as well. Something.
Well, regardless, alright. So if it's in the song, touche for being right on that. Either way, the first essence of the comments being made, I believe, were on TMZ.
Yeah. Regardless, slavery is not a choice. That's kind of ridiculous to say. Kanye should not.
As somebody who was in an African studies class.
Yes. Yeah, that's silly. That's retarded. Well, I shouldn't say retarded. Wow.
But you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
He says this, and it's like sometimes I feel like he says things to push people away, and then the other times that he says things, I'm like, damn, he just probably wants people to just hear his music.
I mean, I think he really thought that for some reason. He had something in his head that made that seem logical to him, I guess.
Yeah, and some people think, some people would say like, maybe it does make sense, because then what you're saying is that the African American has not had the opportunity, or anybody that is African has not had the opportunity the last 400 years to get themselves out of the situation that would be deemed slavery, which, if that's the message that he's trying to get out there, then he needs to really word that a lot better. But I still would say that there's still everyday prejudices that are done to black people, right, or Latin people. And the same thing can be even said about white people in certain neighborhoods. If you go into an all-black community or an all-Latin community, sometimes people, white people are looked upon differently, so on and so forth, right? But here's the thing is that there's not any people that are of, and I know this is going to sound terrible, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but people that are in high power in this country are white people. And that's...
Well, Kanye is pretty high power.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, besides people that are entertainers, I'm saying the people that are dealing with the everyday aspects of police, medical, giving entrepreneurship and business opportunities. Like, there's Jay-Z talked about how there's really not a good way of black business owners to own marijuana dispensaries and stuff like that, and that they've been denied certain opportunities and rights more than somebody that's white. Whether there's statistical study on that right now or not is remain to be seen. But with that being said, I feel like there are times, if that's what he's trying to say, right? If that's what he's trying to say in the statement by saying like, hey, and it's kind of counteractive to Jay-Z's message too, which is, I don't even know how they're still even buds at this point anymore. I think now they're just business partners. But Jay-Z is saying, hey, like, there's been numerous amount of black people that have not got the same opportunities as white people still to this day. And I kind of feel confident in saying that I agree with that. And then there's Kanye.
I don't get how Kanye's... What is Kanye's point? What is he trying to say?
I think Kanye's point is trying to say is that a black person is choosing to not get those opportunities.
Oh, he's saying... Kind of like how when we talked about this a month ago, I said there's a whole playing victim aspect that you can like... So he's saying that some people...
Yeah, but he's wording it really shitty. He is saying it like that. And we can't even really say,
what he's trying to
and
say,
we can't even really say that either, too, because like I said, there's still an everyday something that we don't know. And I wish we got into it a little bit more with Kyle, when Kyle was on our show. But I still think that there's still I know like people are like, there's affirmative action and there's this, that, and there's these other programs that, people can get into if you're not even black or white, or, you can claim this or that and still have an opportunity to be, equal opportunity aspects. And I don't think that's the case. Look at random ass things. Just like, and let's go into sports. How many black NFL coaches are there? Less than 5. How many black NBA coaches are there?
You mean like head coaches?
Yeah, head coaches. Probably less than 10. I haven't seen that many black coaches. Okay?
Yeah, there's certainly racial inequality.
How many black NHL coaches are there?
0? I don't know.
Yep.
2?
0. Head coaches.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, regardless.
And I know we're just talking about sports, right? Let's go into a little bit more bigger facet.
Yeah. Well, what are you getting at, though? I know that there's racial oppression.
Well, what I'm getting at is that Kanye thinks that there isn't.
Okay.
And now he's saying, not now, but he has said this stuff. And I sometimes don't think it's an idea that's keeping black people away from potentially succeeding. There are a lot of stuff pegged against you when you are not white. And I think it's really tough that I have to look at potentially Kyle's kids or my buddy CJ's kids or my other buddies that are black, right? That I'm not gonna, get into their aspects, right? Like my one mentor, right? He's black, his wife's white, and his kids are, mixed, right? I don't, they're gonna deal with a lot of crap still. And I know that people are like, oh, there's not racism anymore. That's BS. There is. There's still even a high segregation going on in the South. Somebody that lived in Florida for 6 years. It's still like 1960. It's not. I don't get where he gets off saying that this is just some figment of like cultural imagination.
I think it's just like Papa John's. It's like Kanye's so removed from reality. He's so he doesn't understand reality. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What does he?
I'm not saying that that's a good
Kim
excuse.
Kardashian and doing
exactly. He's a male Kardashian. That's what I always said. Kanye is a male Kardashian. Like, yeah. He's just like a public figure. He thinks so highly of himself. He's like so narcissistic. He's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. He's like,
but it makes a good fucking album though.
I mean, I like his music. I still listen to his new album. Like, I like Kanye's music, but I think he's an odd cat. He's an odd cat. I don't think what he said was smart at all, and I don't agree with it. Yeah. But Kanye is going to be Kanye, and he'll still sell some albums, I'm sure, in his next album.
I mean, like I said, I like the work that he does. His craft. I just...
He needs to throw a filter up. He needs to think about what he says.
No, I don't even want him to throw a filter up. I just want him to... There's something that's going... And like I said, I don't know if it was when he had the accent. It's really... I feel like it started when his mom died. When his mom died, something... Like something...
Yeah,
jerked it loose for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And... there's those times that he's been on Jimmy Kimmel or this and the other thing, and he's like, you've been doing stuff, you've been saying this. Is this because your mom died? What would your mom think? And he like broke down on like national TV, and there was like a little bit of recovery for Kanye, but then he just kept on doing shit. And it was Taylor Swift, like he was going ham on her, going ham on. Or I think that's when they like trying to break him down was when he went ham on Taylor Swift. He just, I don't know what it was, but something made him alter what he was doing. Dang, what are we gonna go on there?
Ads, pop-up stuff. Sorry,
dude. I gotta tell you, do you think an 85-inch TV is too much? Like, would you play video games?
God, that thing is sick, dude. If I was a baller and I had a yacht and I could just have like a TV as a wall, like my whole wall's a TV. I mean, yeah, dude.
That's 4K.
Buy it up.
No, Samsung 8K.
8K. The Samsung.
So this is great. Wait a second. Hold on. Sorry, I wanted to show you guys this about this TV that just came out. 85 inches from Samsung. All you guys out there, that's the TV to get.
Yes, the Samsung Q900.
How much did they say?
8K. 85-inch TV.
Coincidentally, cost $1,000. So if you got $8,000,
$1,000.
If you got $8,000, if you coached him, you got that $8,000. That disposable income, baby. I see that. You got 8K. You go buy that TV. We got Joe Rogan money, Xander.
I mean, if I was baller, shot caller, I would buy that TV.
Really?
If I was Big Salson.
Got $8,000. Let's book it.
Order it up.
8K, you would do it?
Fuck, dude.
Not doing that. 85 inches, where the fuck are you going to put that?
Dude, if you're...
That's like the whole wall behind this camera.
Joe Rogan money, bro. That's so much money. $8,000 is like a penny right now. Like, I'll give you a penny. Give me that TV. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you got...
That one, I think, is 50 inches behind the camera.
Dude, that's sick.
So if you added another 2 feet...
That's a sick TV. See, I'll take that.
No.
Sign me up.
Too much. 8K, though, is interesting.
Dude, gaming on that would be sick. Like playing like Call of Duty Nazi Zombies on that would be nasty.
Going retro with the Nazi Zombies.
Dude, play some Modern Warfare 2, some quickscopes.
360
high-rise, Rust.
Oh, jeez, this guy is taking off talking about all of it. I don't know, man. Would you guys spend 8K on a TV?
8K on an 8K TV.
I'm gonna tell you that's truly amazing though. 8K for it's just the clarity aspect. I mean,
I don't know if that's if I'm going to physically see any difference between a 4K and an 8K.
I think you will. I think it gives you the opportunity where you can't depict what's real or what's a television. You know what I mean? If you can get that technology outside of TVs or that clarity, you won't be able to depict what's.
I guess. I think that's like so clear that the human eye is like not a sharp enough device to even record the difference.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it'll just be dope as shit.
I don't know.
And
that's crazy though.
Astronomers map
do you see this?
Starburst galaxy.
Hit me, baby, one more time with this.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Guy from UMC Amherst discovered the galaxy in 2007, and now what they're saying is that it's
forming stars 1,000 times faster than our Milky Way.
Jeez. What we're getting at is that basically NASA's coming across, and a bunch of astronomers across the world are basically seeing this universe exploding, expanding, parts going around, crazy science happening.
12.4 billion light years away.
It looks gnarly. They show an artist concept.
It's just like a super active galaxy that's just like...
It looks like 3 suns in one galaxy from the artist concept. Maybe go down a little bit. Maybe you can show
you're saying down lower in the...
Yeah, it's... Yeah. It looks pretty dope.
Oh, man.
It has 2 gigantic star-forming lobes off-center in the galaxy. It's known to be producing stars at a rate of 1,000 times faster than our Milky Way.
Yeah.
That's what they're getting at it with this article.
Yeah, it's like a hyperactive galaxy that's like super creating.
That's like if you're watching Star Wars and like you see the 2 suns and then the moon.
Dude, in the picture in the middle where it's all lit up in the sky, you can see the Milky Way. That's sweet. That reminds me of, a few years ago, I went to in Arizona, it's called Kitt Peak Observatory, and they have like all these light pollution laws, so like within like 50 miles of this observatory, like no one can have their lights on past like 7 o'clock.
Really?
Dude, you can just bare eyes, just looking up in the sky, you just see the Milky Way super clear, and it's just like millions of stars, like it's insane. And like the constellations that you can normally see when it's not that visible out are just super bright. Like, it's crazy. I would recommend going to one of those observatories. Like there's one in Hawaii that I've heard of, and yeah, Kitt Peak in Arizona. It's near Tucson. That's an amazing experience. It was so cool. If you're interested in astronomy and the stars,
we're just gonna get Elon to get us there.
I'm cool with living here on Earth. I don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, man, I want to check it out. NASA's New Horizon gives our first look at the Ultima Thule planet, 1 billion miles away from Pluto.
Thule sounds like Zool from Ghostbusters. It's like a god. Okay, never mind.
It reminds me of the word duel, which is
like from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like D-O-O-L.
You meant like I duel you, like Harry Potter duels Malfoy.
I challenge you to a duel, sir. Thule. I challenge you to a duel.
So wait, what is Ultima Thule?
Yeah.
A New Horizon.
Yep. Keep going.
1 billion miles from Pluto.
Yeah.
1 billion miles away. I don't get what I'm looking at.
This is where is it at here?
Oh, I see this little GIF.
Which brought us never before seen. It's a probe that has shown never before seen photos, close up of Pluto.
Huh.
But like the issue is that
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
it looks
solar eclipse on other planets.
Even in the article, they're like, it's the images that you get to see of Pluto were frankly not much to look at. But even so, these new images, first taken by New Horizons on August 16th, and which were released to the public on Wednesday, are filled with promise. It is really like finding a needle in a haystack. Ultima appears only as a bump on the side of a background star that's roughly 17 times brighter, but Ultima will be getting brighter and easier to see as the spacecraft gets closer. The New Horizons team will use these photos and eventually others to guide the spacecraft toward a flyby of Ultimate Thule. The spacecraft is expected to approach the world at 12:33 a.m. on January 1st, 2019. So New Year's Day, we'll be able to get some focus for the first time.
So this is a planet 1 billion miles away from Pluto that we are just kind of randomly capturing for the first time.
Yep.
Which is pretty close. Like, I mean, it doesn't sound close, 1 billion miles away from Pluto, but the fact that they're using the unit miles and not light years means that it's close relatively.
Yeah.
1 billion miles is not that much for space travel.
How fast do you think we can do that? What's 1 billion miles in space travel?
I don't know, man. How?
What did they say? 1 billion? I think they said 1 billion light years. Oh, no, 1 billion miles.
Yeah, 1 billion miles from Pluto, which is still far from Earth, because Pluto's a long way from Earth. I don't know. Do avocados help with weight loss?
What do you think, bud?
I think that the ketogenic diet helps with weight loss. I think that people that actually strictly eat ketogenic and count their macromolecules and eat very low carbs and sugars and eat very high fats and proteins lose weight. I think that's true. People that do intermittent fasting, that do like a 10-hour or an 8-hour window of eating for the whole day and only eat fats and proteins and vegetables during that time will lose weight. Yeah, I think that.
I just like how it tastes.
If you eat a lot of fats and you also eat a lot of sugar and carbs and breads, then that's not good. Like me. Yeah, that's not good. So it's like you can't say
division for sure.
Does avocados make you lose weight? It depends on if you eat only avocados. Yeah. If you only eat avocados, then you'll lose weight. That's what I think, because that's high fat. It has obviously you need nutrients from other foods. You shouldn't only eat avocados. Your diet shouldn't be only avocados. But if you're not eating sugars and bread and stuff, carbs, then yes. High fat will make you lose weight. But if you mix carbs in, then high fat will make you gain weight.
Yeah. You know what I did here, which is really bad, which I've been a huge user of, and was really upsetting to hear? Coconut oil.
Oh yeah, there's some controversy around coconut oil.
No, it's pretty much like cardiologists are now coming out and being like, yeah, it's really not good for you.
No, because I cook my eggs with coconut oil almost every day.
Yeah, they're saying it's like the worst. It's not looking good for the coconut oil.
Is it possible to cook with MCT oil?
What's that?
That's kind of I don't think...
They stress heavily to use avocado oil, actually.
Okay. I'm down with avocado oil. I like avocado oil.
Yeah, they've said definitely to use avocado oil, and then...
So what does this CNN article say? That avocados do help you lose weight or don't?
I think, no, they're saying that you can get paid. They're going to pay you to find out.
Oh, this is a new study.
Yeah, there's a new study out, and if you want to get paid, you can be put in a select, in various states and various areas. To get paid to find out if avocados are going to help you lose weight.
Damn, son.
Yeah,
I eat avocados all the time. Yes!
Xander's like, I'll take $1 for anything.
Yeah, dude.
Minus
$1.
Minus,
Yeah. There's some things that are off limits.
Colfax. That's what it's called here in Colorado. It's the OBT in Orlando. That's alright, we all know. 42nd Street in New York. We get you.
Yes.
But anywho's, I mean, yeah, man, I would totally love to. I would just do it. I would just do it to do it.
Yeah.
Let me find out what the diet is. What am I doing? Am I just mixing
avocado? I've done keto before, and I feel good doing keto.
Yeah. You got anything you want to close out with? Talk about? Got anything in your mind? I got one thing I just want to say to the peoples out there, but what do you got? You got anything?
Oh man, I mean, there's something. I'm gonna save it for another time. It's just I have my little monologues and stuff. We'll see if I can, add some more to it through more experience, and maybe I'll have a better take to.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few podcasts I'll have a monologue about art and flow of creativity and taking yourself out of the art.
I look forward to hearing from that.
Yeah.
So today, guys, I want to get to you guys. I had about a 9-hour day. It was a really good day. It was a summit meeting / kind of just learning experience, coaching experience, getting good feedback. And it's around surrounding yourself about building your brand. You as a person are a brand. You have something that you portray out, whether you know it or not. People perceive you in a certain way. And in each way, you can essentially put yourself out there, whether it's just strictly social, business, whatever. But again, like I said, you are a brand. And I think one of the key things that we have to do is have these ideas of what was talked about today, being emotionally aware of, what are you putting out to people so that they know what your brand is, of who you are as a person, and how you can continue that in your workplace.
So I have a question. Is this like a class that is this something that you're working on with your employees, or is this something you're taking a class in corporate, and corporate's talking about these concepts with you? It
was a class that was in corporate, and corporate was talking that concepts with us, but I'm going to be implementing it
into your store,
into my store with the people that I work with.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
and I want to do it with all of you guys as well. So if you guys want to hear more about that, always please hit us up, let us know. But I want you guys to leave with whether it's
promote the brand that
you truly want to be. Stay authentic to who you are and what you're about, and make sure that you can articulately talk about your passions and don't ever compromise that. And if you have to take time to find it, being patient is a huge part of building your brand, yourself, and who you are. And just remember that and not every person just became, Pepsi.
Yeah.
Not every single. It took time to get to that.
It's a process.
One thing that I would say that is like a good phrase that we also use based off on our professors and our coaches in jiu-jitsu, crawl, walk, run. I think it's something that's huge that can go into that as well. But again, be aware of what you're putting yourself out as, and making sure that it's who you truly want to be being shown to the world, because you are a brand, and sometimes we don't know what we're putting out into the world, and sometimes we do, and
don't realize the messages that you're giving off and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And
when you say that, it makes me think like this is more like a spiritual thing, but like something like my mom says to me is like, you want to be you, the fullest you can at all times. Just be the most present you. Just be you the most that you can be. Don't like sacrifice anything that is your integrity to please anyone else. Just be the most you can be in each moment, and you're succeeding.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I like that.
That's like what you were saying is like that's what made me think of that. Like your brand, like just be you the most that you can be.
Yeah.
Be present.
Could you describe what your brand is in one word? And I changed mine today. I had two. I had one that I thought it was, and then I had one that I want to be, and what I'm telling you that I'm going to be.
Man.
Can I give you my example?
Yeah.
I guess. So, okay. So when I first did it, I was like energy. I do the podcast. I wouldn't say like I'm a center of attention, but I'm definitely like I do say things or this, that, or the other thing in my groups that I'm with.
Yeah, you have energy.
And I bring that energy. I bring the oomph.
That's true. I see that.
To something, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I feel like is I have to still be more outgoing. I have to be able to like go out and give what I have to offer, because there are times that I'm not taking myself.
So what is your word though? What is
outgoing?
Outgoing.
Yeah,
okay.
And going more, taking my energy and putting it out there. Right. I have energy for the people that I'm with, right? But not everybody gets the energy, and I want to be able to give them that energy.
I got you. Yeah. Man, I would say one for me is like mellow, collected, balanced. I'm not like
You just said three words.
Yeah, I know, but they're all kind of mellow, collected, balanced. I don't like have that high of highs, and I don't have that low of lows. Like I'm a pretty steady. I like live by a schedule.
You're even?
I'm like, I have like a pretty boring, mellow life. Like I don't get that excited about that stuff. I don't get that depressed and upset about stuff.
Okay.
I just like live a strict schedule. I'm a student. I just show up and do my class, do my whatever podcast, do my jiu-jitsu lessons, and then I just do my hunting and camping and
eat a little food, take a poop once in a while.
Yeah, okay. I would say like consistency and like mellow balance is kind of like my motto. I don't bring a lot of energy, to be honest. I'm kind of mellow. I don't have a lot of amplitude.
You bring energy. I think you bring it in your own way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
But energy would not be like my motto. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your brand.
It's not.
Your brand
I'm not high energy. I'm like
your brand
mellow.
Your brand is being
collected.
Yes, there you go. One with self.
Yes.
So just think about that, guys. Whether it's personal, business, whatever. Just see what you're putting out there. Make sure that, again, you're self-aware when you're making decisions. Are you making it off because you had this jerk
trying to please someone else, or are you admitting your true self?
Exactly.
Don't budge. Don't sacrifice yourself.
And also don't make rash decisions either, or do rash decision making either, because that never goes.
Impulse?
Yeah, like unless you're, well, impulses are good.
Impulse is just associated with buying stuff in my mind.
Fair enough. But anyhow, well, we love you guys.
All right, that was
the 30
episode
people,
6.
30 people that watch us.
That was episode 6.
Yeah, fuck it.
And now it is August 30th. When we started this episode, it was August 29th.
Ooh.
And when we post it up, it'll be August 30th. That was episode 6. Please follow our Instagram at Modern Times Pod. Please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel, Modern Times Pod, on YouTube. Follow me at ZKAli36. That's ZKAYYALI36. And follow my boy here, Stefan, at SJ Rosenberg1. SJROSENBERG1.
Yeah, guys, and it was fun today. I think we're gonna go back to like more topics that we maybe want to talk about, essentially, versus just
news,
checking out news and stuff.
But I think we should do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. We'll
bring around topics, and then we'll also have.
If you guys got anything again that you guys want to talk about, please email moderntimespod@gmail.com, or again, tell us anything that you want to tell us on the old social media.
Yeah, DMs and Instagram works.
We also got the SoundCloud out there. We're trying to figure that whole situation out. If you guys want to go to SoundCloud,
keep that under wraps for now. I mean,
you can get an episode. There's at least one episode out there.
You could watch one MP3 or two MP3s.
Because sometimes some of the issues is what we hear is like we watch it gets going, and then it's like, oh, I got to shut off YouTube and I got to go do something else. Whereas SoundCloud, we can play it and you can play continuously. You also don't have to see our ugly mugs.
Exactly. It's just an MP3. You just hit start. You could put your headphones in, turn your phone off, and it's still going to play like it's a song.
Exactly.
So that's what's nice about
what we're trying to figure out how to get to and do.
More avenues, more streams to get our content out there.
Yeah,
so hopefully soon SoundCloud and maybe some other sites will be carrying our MP3s.
Yeah.
And
can't wait to say that iTunes word. Check us out on iTunes.
Maybe one
Check
day.
us out on
maybe
Spotify.
In a few months. For right now, we'll see you on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Modern Times Pod. Thank you for watching. That was episode 6. Peace and love, y'all.